Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a pleasure to welcome you to this very first annual European Digital Innovation Hubs event. Today we have 8 sessions and several tracks across the afternoon. We have over 3,000 delegates registered from just about 50 different countries. So those joining us from the Americas, thank you very much for getting up in the middle of the night. Those of you in Asia, get the coffee ready because you're going to be up for a very long day today. I would like to invite you also to use the platform for networking. Check out the booths that are there. You'll see the sessions. And also you'll see in the corner of the screen here, on this side, the hashtag that we'd like to invite you to use on the social media. So please send us any questions along there. So on this event today, to launch it, we have a keynote speech from our Prime Minister of Luxembourg, Mr. Xavier Bettel. He will be joining us by a recorded message. He's a very busy gentleman at the moment, as you can imagine. So over to Xavier.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends from across Europe, it's a pleasure and an honor to welcome you all to this virtual Gearing Up Towards European Digital Innovation Hubs conference, organized by the European Commission and Luxembourg's National Innovation Agency. Of course, I would have preferred to welcome you here physically and to let you discover our beautiful country. However, as so often nowadays, we will have our event in digital format, which does actually fit well with the theme of our conference. You should be more than 2,000 people connected online from all over Europe. This shows just how important the topic of today's event is for industry, research and policy actors in the European Union. Today and tomorrow, you shall be addressing a major pillar of the Digital European Programme, of which the Digital Innovation Hubs play a very important role. It is a special opportunity for stakeholders to meet and to share ideas about new European policy developments to support the green and digital transformation facilitated via European Digital Innovation Hubs. In Luxembourg, digital is at the heart of what we do. It has been a government priority for many years now to boost the digital transformation of the national economy. The government was right to invest seriously in the digital infrastructure. Thanks to these investments, we now have high-quality broadband and high-capacity networks, an investment that we came to appreciate even more during this crisis, when the majority of our interactions switched from physical to digital. A year and a half ago, the Luxembourg Digital Innovation Hub was set up. Our hub is hosted and managed by our National Innovation Agency, Lux Innovation. It is set up as a partnership with our main industry and research bodies, the Luxembourg Federation of Industries, FEDIL, the Chamber of Commerce, the National Research Fund, the University of Luxembourg, and the Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technology. And its focus lies, of course, on important technologies such as HPC, cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence. Our Digital Innovation Hub will be seeking to partner with other digital innovation hubs across Europe. And I'm pleased to learn that discussions are already ongoing with hubs in the Saarland, the Grand Est, Paris, Wallonia, and Italy. We hope to learn more about others today. As many of you are certainly aware, Luxembourg was chosen to host the headquarters of the European Commission joint undertaking EuroHPC. I really appreciate it that we have been entrusted with the hosting of this very important entity. We are also proud to have invested in a high-performance computer in Luxembourg, which we have given the name of Meluxina. It is powered by green energy from a cogeneration plant powered by waste wood. It should be up and running by the end of this year and will rank among the world's top 30 supercomputers. And as such, my country, Luxembourg, aims to contribute to Europe's ambition of technological, industrial, and scientific innovation. This type of infrastructure is essential for the development of leading technology applications that will help us achieve our sustainable development goals. Ladies and gentlemen, Luxembourg is delighted to host this event. So let me warmly thank the European Commission for having chosen our country at this key moment of launching the European Digital Innovation Hub's selection process. I now leave the floor to my friend, our Commissioner Thierry Breton, for the Internal Market in Charge Commissioner. His leadership in ensuring the green and digital transition of European industry and Europe's technological sovereignty is key to us all. I wish you a very enriching and engaging conference. I trust your discussions will help to connect our countries, agencies, industry and research actors across Europe even more closely. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister Bettel. Always very inspirational and very refreshing to see that we have policymakers who actually understand the technologies that we're putting in place here today. As said by our Prime Minister, Mr. Xavier Bettel, now we'd like to launch the next opening words from Commissioner Breton, who is the European Commissioner for the Internal Market, responsible for industry, services, digital defense, space, and as well as tourism and audiovisual. He will also be joining us via a video.
Monsieur le Premier ministre Bettel, liebes Xavier, Mesdames et Messieurs, thank you very much for inviting me today to speak to the candidate European Digital Innovation Hubs and to all the stakeholders involved in this important initiative to help European SMEs with their digital and green transition. The COVID-19 pandemic continues to have a dramatic impact on our healthcare systems and on all our small businesses and their workers across our economy. We have learned that highly digitized businesses are faring better, are more resilient. Digital technologies enabled them to quickly adapt, to shift remote work, or to switch from physical shops to e-commerce. But digitization of SMEs is not happening fast enough. Only 17% of our SMEs are using advanced cloud services, and only 12% of them are using big data analytics. And to address this challenge, we need investment and we need networks. It's clear that we have to invest more in digital technologies. Member States will allocate at least 20% of their national recovery and resilience plans to digital. This is a tremendous opportunity for our industry to recover fast and for Europe to lead the way in the green and digital transition. With our industrial strategy, we will support the twin green and digital transition of our 14 industrial ecosystems in Europe. The network of European Digital Innovation Hubs will play a key role to help the SMEs in all these ecosystems, from exploiting the opportunities in the single market, upskilling their workers, to accessing data, and also, of course, advanced digital technologies. We need to ensure that every single company in Europe can get access to the digital technologies they need. This is a precondition to improve the resilience of our European SMEs and to guarantee our digital sovereignty. By connecting the local actors, SMEs and the public sectors, the digital hubs demonstrate how powerful it is to work together, to work bottom-up, and to spread benefits of digital technologies to everyone. Over the last 4 years, we have supported the creation of hubs all across Europe. Through Horizon 2020 funding, we helped more than 2,000 SMEs to experiment with the new digital technologies they needed for their own business. We had excellent results, like AmLab in Hungary, for example, which helps local companies using additive manufacturing technologies, or the Data Cycle Hub in Spain, which supports the use of big data and also artificial intelligence in sectors from agri-food to tourism. But now, we need to change the order of magnitude. We aim at reaching every single company and public administration in Europe, of course, in close collaboration with every single member state. We join up investment from the regional, national, and European level, and I'm extremely happy to see not only interest, but a real enthusiasm in member states and in regions also. With their support, we will select more than 200 hubs spread all across Europe to build the European network. This will enable hubs to learn from each other and also to share best practices and resources. Every hub in this network needs to have a real entrepreneurial spirit to look at where their intervention is, of course, most useful. Look also for results and offer the best service to the SMEs. They should also support the public administration to help providing advanced public services in all areas. We have all seen in the last months how important digital public services are in health, of course, but also in education or in, for example, our justice system. The work of the European Digital Innovation Hub will be in synergies with other networks, like, for example, the high-performance computing and the cybersecurity centers, but also the Enterprise Europe Network and the Cluster Initiative, offering a seamless service to the SMEs. Our vision is a resilient European Union, which is at the forefront of digital, where every single citizen has digital skills they need to make their choices freely, and where every single company can use the technology they need. Digital technology will help to provide the best public services in the world, and even small companies will be able to do business everywhere in Europe. This is definitely the Europe we want, and the work of the European Digital Innovation Hubs will contribute to its construction. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner Breton. Some very excellent views there on digital Europe and how things are going to progress to the European Digital Innovation Hub networks. While we're waiting for our next speaker, because yes, we're virtual here, so sometimes we have a bit of an issue getting people on board, I'd like to once again take you through the platform that we have that you're logged onto today. I would suggest you make a shortcut to it, just in case you get cut off for whatever reason. Within there, you can see the booth area. I believe there's between 15 and 20 different booths, not just digital innovation hubs, but also some other providers and knowledge centers for you. We also have the Twitter feed that you'll be able to see on there. During the day, please use that platform to ask questions. This afternoon, we'll have many plenary sessions, many panel sessions, and they'll be looking for your questions that will be asked live to the panel that's there. So please use that. You can see the agenda that's coming up for the rest of the day, and there'll be some interesting things coming up in the afternoon as well. So here we are in Belval, which is towards the south of Luxembourg, almost on the French border. And this afternoon we'll take a little bit of a walk around the town outside, and you'll see how it's changed from the economic hub of Luxembourg back in the early 1900s to becoming this city of science that it is today. Just some other little figures while we're here. When we started designing this conference, it was supposed to be a physical conference, so people were going to come here, and we had the capacity for approximately 600 people. The fact that we've gone digital, we have 3,020 people who have registered for this today. 3,020. So there is a silver lining to everything. Having said that, within the studio we have quite a few people running the technical. We have a few speakers who will be here live. You'll see them in our lounge area later on. We are observing all of the rules and regulations on what we have to do with this pandemic. And to be honest, there's so much hand sanitizer here that, that in itself is becoming a hazard. So with that, we will go on to a video, I believe now, to show you some Showcase Luxembourg. No, I believe we're going to go to the video right now. And then hopefully our keynote speaker will be online when that's done.
Innovation has always been the driving force behind evolution. The greatest civilizations have also been the most innovative. The traces left are testimony to this wealth. Innovation can be technological, industrial, or strategic, but also environmental and social. Today, new digital technologies are developing at a speed never seen before and impact all aspects of our lives. More than ever, digital technologies are crucial for developing our economy, creating new jobs, and safeguarding our societies and our values. And Europe is ready. Building a network to facilitate the sharing of digital expertise and infrastructure is the cornerstone of the European Commission's vision. Today, all European companies, public services and associations must have easy access to Europe's digital experts, infrastructures and ecosystems that are ready to help them succeed with their digital transformation. This is why the European Digital Innovation Hubs exist, and why the network of European Digital Innovation Hubs will contribute to shaping Europe's digital future. Welcome to Luxembourg and the first European Digital Innovation Hubs Conference. Let's gear up.
What an excellent video and some fantastic shots of Luxembourg there. I'm happy to announce that we have our keynote speaker with us, Francesca Bria. So Francesca is the president of the Italian National Innovation Fund. She's the honorary professor in the Institute for Innovation and Public Purpose at UCL in London and a senior advisor to the United Nations on digital cities and digital rights. She is leading the Decode project on data sovereignty in Europe and is a member of the European Commission High-Level Expert Group, Economic and Societal Impact of Research and Innovation. She is the former Digital Chief Technology and Innovation Officer for the city of Barcelona and has been listed in the top 50 women in tech by Forbes magazine, the world's top 20 most influential people in digital government. What an honor to have you with us here today, Francesca, and I leave you the floor.
Hi, good morning, everybody. And first of all, I would like to thank the European Commission for the invitation, because this event that focuses on accelerating European innovation, I believe is very important in this moment where our society is emerging from the most severe crisis that we have seen in living memory. And I think innovation is precisely what's called for if we want to master the social, ecological, and economic challenges that Europe will be facing in the future. Now, more than ever, I think it's crucial to show the seeds of a more sustainable future. And crises, being they wars or pandemics, always fuel social imagination. And it's up to us that the ideas that emerges from those crises are holistic, pragmatic, and democratic in their approach. Now it is the time to act upon those forward-looking ideas that could project us into a more digital, carbon-neutral future. And digitization, as we know, poses some of the greatest challenges of our times. So digital transformation should mean thinking and acting in an interdisciplinary manner that puts forward all aspects of digital, the technical, the economic, but also the human and cultural dimension. And digital innovation hubs should bring together these diverse aspects to help Europe fully adopt the digital across the economy and society. During this pandemic, we are all seeing the increasing digitization of many aspects of our life. And digital infrastructures, from connectivity to data to platforms, have proved to be critical infrastructure on which essential services of society, such as work, healthcare, food delivery, and education depend upon. We also see the importance of digital, like mastering data and artificial intelligence with high-performance computing to discover new drugs and to understand and defeat the virus. However, accelerating digitization is not enough. it is also necessary to give it a direction that is about using digital technologies to attain both social and environmental sustainability. And I call this a green digital deal. This is where we urge the collaboration with the arts. Questions of technology, the built environment, material, but also the development of new products and services are very related to those of culture, identity, and governance. They are symbiotically linked. And arts, creativity, and design can play a powerful role, helping to initiate a new wave of systemic transformation. Artistic experimentation that allows unforeseen use of technology and art that can make us reflecting critically about the role of digital in society are very important to make technology focus on what really matters to people, to humans. Regarding our capacity to master and govern innovation, the European Commission is defining a new ambitious policy vision with a new regulatory framework that will make Europe fit for the digital age. And in the context of growing geopolitical multipolarity, for Europe it is increasingly essential to stay competitive in the strategic value chains of the future, meeting Europe's targets of becoming climate neutral by 2050. To do this, Europe needs to compete globally on science and technological innovation. And digital innovation hubs are essential to accelerate technology transfer and adoption, since they provide companies, and especially SMEs, startups, or mid-caps, the opportunity to improve their business model, their production processes, their products and services through the adoption of digital technology. To boost Europe's ecosystem, coordination is needed at a pan-European level to bring out our best innovation into the market, setting up EU Venture Capital Fund in coordination with national innovation agencies, and facilitating public and private partnership with strategic missions. It is about create a real partnership between the system of startups and innovative SMEs, the world of private investors, the world of research and large company and public institutions, unlocking not only investment, but above all ideas for the benefit of the future, with intervention that strengthen the European industrial ecosystems, in line with the objectives of the new strategy for European recovery, which focuses on digitization, on the Green Deal, and on social solidarity. But for Europe to compete means putting forward our cultural strength, our history and value. We must not blindly follow China and the US, which are proposing a model for the digital future, which is mainly centered on faster, bigger, and more efficient. It is the time to advance a model of European digital sovereignty, a digital humanism with a unique European touch to innovation that is based on culture and values, and which guarantees our strategic autonomy, full democratic participation of citizens, and that protect the environment and the fundamental rights of people. Here we see that the role of the arts is absolutely crucial. And that's why the European Commission has put forward the idea to include artists in digital innovation hubs throughout Europe. It is increasingly necessary for Europe to become a global reference for sustainable and democratic digitization by developing projects in the nexus of science, technology, and the arts to bridge, connect, and blend the green and the digital transformation. This is following specific initiatives that the European Commission has developed over the past few years, in particular the STARTS initiative, Innovation in the Nexus of Science, Technology, and the Arts. As we know, the COVID crisis has shown that many topics are interlinked and that new thinking comes from breaking silos and integrating different dimensions in the development of innovation processes, such as sustainability, quality of experience, and inclusion. Becoming the first climate neutral continent by 2050 is the ambition that drives Europe. But change is needed in order to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals through innovation. And this requires new forms of knowledge acquisitions, new contributing actors to the ecosystem, and new type of entrepreneurship that can be fostered, by instance, by integrating STARTS approaches in the digital innovation hubs. And I'm convinced that new alliances are needed between science, technology, and artistic practices, cultural institutions, and the industry, as supported by the STARTS initiatives. The method grounded in artistic practices are ideal for producing innovation that, while occasionally disruptive and radical, also foster positive, pluralistic, and inclusive change. They reveal futures to come and paths to achieve them. It is important that these methods and their consequences transcend the artistic milieu and also inform product innovation and our industry, helping shape the prototype of sustainable products of tomorrow and expanding the boundaries of what is possible. For example, projects involving arts and artificial intelligence, or HPC and quantum music, biotechnology, robotics, and the circular economy, leading to a more sustainable design. The link of art and sustainability was also put forward by the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, that declared that the climate transition needs its own distinctive aesthetics, and promised to create a new European Bauhaus, a co-creation space in which architects, artists, students and engineers, scientists and designers work together to combine style with sustainability. A place where we can rethink the present and reflect on the complexity of today's world to understand it better and to have the capacity to face our biggest challenges. For the past 4 years, I have the honor to be a jury member for STARTS, that has created a large ecosystem of artists and innovators working with European industries. STARTS has developed important initiatives such as residencies to support and fund residencies of artists in technology in institutions to bring original artistic contribution in technology projects, the Academy, where artists and engineers jointly teach digital skills, and the regional centers that are intended to expand the STARTS initiative towards a number of European regions, and the STARTS Prize that award artistic research that advances scientific and digital development. Just recently, 3 digital innovation hubs projects were launched in collaboration with STARTS, and they support companies to become more competitive by stimulating and exchanging artistic point of views in their processes and mindset. And they are happening in the field of advanced manufacturing, of cognitive systems, of data-driven media and digital journalism, And there are more of this kind of collaborations that are happening in a variety of European countries, such as Portugal or Italy. Starting from the digital innovation hubs that can integrate this arts-driven approach, we can make sure that arts, design, and creativity become fundamental elements for a more sustainable innovation model that can create public value, putting digital technologies and services at the service of business, communities, and citizens. In this way, it is also possible to encourage a broad engagement of citizens and stakeholders to improve our public communication about innovation and the understanding that society has, to allow society to better direct technological development towards seeking solutions to today's major challenges in the industry and for society. Let me conclude by highlighting the educational value of linking the digital innovation hubs and the STARTS initiatives. Bringing together scientists, engineers, designers, artists, and entrepreneurs to develop and showcase cutting-edge prototypes will also create a range of educational activities with a cross-disciplinary approach that increase digital skills and the ecological awareness of citizens. And we need this because we need large-scale behavioral change in society. Bringing very different creative minds together is key, since only diversity can produce answers to the questions raised by the new ecological and digital era. The START approach, in my opinion, can provide a strong added value to the European digital innovation hubs, guiding EU innovation actions towards a more systematic inclusion of the arts. We should seize this opportunity for the reinvention of our design, art, and technological practices, capable of driving Europe forward, learning from its past in order to shape the future. This enables to experiment new technology transfer models, new methods of co-creation with scientists and artists, and generate new capabilities and skills where synergies and boundaries between creative disciplines are blurred. This is what science and arts has always done in their history, generating a big leap forward for our societies. This kind of collaborations have the power to help Europe paving the way towards the full use of the digital linked to design and science to achieve the European Green Deal objectives. Thank you very much.
Hi, Francesca. Francesca, thank you very much. That was very inspiring. I wish that I could have half of the knowledge that you have in order to speak so eloquently. So thank you very much for that speech.
Thank you.
So now I'm actually in the showroom of the Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technology. So hopefully we won't break up with the connection, and hopefully I can speak slowly enough and move my smartphone slowly enough that it won't make you ill. What I'm going to do now is flip around and show you where we are. Here we go. So, as I said, we're in the showroom of the Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technology, which is in the House of Innovation, La Maison de l'Innovation, which is also where our Lux Innovation offices are. And the studio that I was speaking to you from before is actually on the 5th floor of that building. So inside of this showroom here, we have some of the, I would say that the leading projects that are being done by the Institute of Science and Technology. Everything from, you can see over here, I'm not going to move too much because it tends to break up. Earth observation, so using Earth observation satellite to predict floods, farming, etc. Over here, you have cannabis. It's actually hemp production for building materials and other, I would say, homeopathic and medicinal-based products. Here, on this side, actually, we just missed Hortense over there. Hello, say hi. That's Hortensia, who runs the showroom here. This is very interesting. This is projects on advanced materials and composites. And just recently, actually yesterday, in the news, there was an announcement that there's a new project at the Institute of Science and Technology to find very lightweight materials for satellite and space objects, that they can reduce the weight of the objects by 75%. Obviously, the cost per kilo is something between 5,000 and 10,000 euros to send into space. So anything that can be reduced on there can also reduce the cost of CO2 to the planet. As we go across a little bit further, you can see over here there's a tire. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit too far. I'm going to try and get closer without breaking up this connection. So here it's sustainable structural composites. So this is projects that are going on with Goodyear, along with the Institute of Science and Technology. Over here, it looks like a Lego set, but this is to do with smart cities, recycling. It's very pedagogical, I think the word might be. And then right in the corner, and unfortunately I can't get to it from here, is really a showroom on everything that's happening for digitalization in Luxembourg. On the other side of here, we have other things, car components. So it's always very cutting edge, high, I would say, knowledge, power, research that's going on. If I look quickly out the window, you can see a little bit of Belval. This is where we're going to go and look around later on, and I'll show you some of the fantastic sites that are here. This is the old gas lines from the blast furnace. Okay, so I think that's about it for our trip down here. I think the concept of resilient European Union is really being tested right now, and I think we're managing to get through it quite well. So, as I said, we're going to cut for a break now. We'll be back at 10:15. There's approximately 1,600 people concurrently connected to the platform. So please send your messages in. Send any questions in for the next panels. It seemed that a little walk around the showroom was quite a success. So this afternoon, when we go through Belval, there'll be some more exciting things to look at. So I'll leave you with that now, and we'll be back at 10:15 with the next session about digitalization and innovation for small and medium enterprises.